Thank you so much. Good morning. My name is George Morrow. Welcome to the B County Commissioners Court. I'm going to call the special called meeting to order. The time is 9:02. The date is Monday, January 31st, 2022. We are located at B County Courthouse, Commissioners Courtroom, number 110, 105 West Corpus Christi Street, Beeville, Texas, 78102. That was the call to order. Before we move on any further, I'm sorry that I don't have something more particular planned, but we were all shocked and saddened this weekend from the loss of Cynthia Trevino. Her family is here present in the courtroom today. In just a moment, we're going to take a moment of silence, but I wanted to give everybody an opportunity at Commissioners Court if they'd like to say anything, and no pressure if you don't. I'll speak on our behalf. And I told Cynthia's son and her sister just a few moments ago, you know, I've known Cynthia since I first moved back to Beeville and was practicing law, just as a kind of a silly, dumb, young lawyer that didn't really know how things worked here. Cynthia was always sweet, pleasant, and genial. She was really a treat, and to get to know all interactions with her. And I think this is probably true across the board for every single person that ever had to deal with her and ever really saw. I'm sure I frustrated her. I'm sure everybody did. I'm sure sometimes she went home and she would complain to y'all about the dumb lawyers or idiots or people who think they know everything, that come in and tell the clerks and the assistant clerks how they should be doing their job. But she was a consummate professional, a wonderful, wonderful team member. I know that our county clerk and her entire team are completely heartbroken, and y'all know that as well. Everybody's just heartbroken. Our hearts go out to you. We all loved and cared for Cynthia as a co-worker and as a vital part of our B County family community, as well as the larger community. And although her personal life and her business life may not mesh up 100%, please do know that her passing affects us all, and we're all saddened for it. And our condolences sincerely go out to each and every one of you that loved her and adored her as a family member and as a close friend, as an employee, as a co-worker, and as a stranger on the street that she would meet. Because I guess maybe the best thing to say is Cynthia, like so many other folks in our wonderful community, she didn't really know any strangers, and she was wonderful and helpful, and that's what, sorry, I'll get a little word myself out. But and that's one of the reasons why she'll be missed. So I'd open the floor if anybody'd like to.
She was a classmate of mine who went through school from kindergarten to graduation. And through kindergarten, my mom shared her. My mom would take us 1 week, and her mom would take us another week, and we went through there. But my first encounter with Cynthia when I got elected here is I walked out. I was in my tie, my deck. Sammy, come get this case of water because I can't carry it. Take it. It's that kind of relationship. She will truly be missed. Yes.
I agree. I've only known her through the county clerk, and just, every morning you walk in or every afternoon, whatever, she always have a smile. She always, your problem was never that bad. I mean, it was not that bad that she couldn't fix it or find someone to help fix it. And again, I emphasize, we will truly miss her. She was an intricate part of that committee, so of that office.
One thing I'd like to say is, I mean this from bottom of my heart, loyal, dedicated employee. She did her job, and I admire that. So, my personal condolences to the family. The loss is our loss.
I really didn't have any dealings with Cynthia. I didn't really get to know her, being so new to the court and whatnot. But listening to everyone speak, obviously she was a very good person and did her job. And my sincere condolences go out to the entire family.
At this time, if we could take a moment of silence, if you would reflect inwardly, pray to the God of your understanding, and lift up Cynthia in your hearts and in your minds. Thank you all. Time is precious. It's also heartless in that it constantly moves on. If there's anything that we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Please let us know when services are. And please know that we carry you in our hearts during this difficult time. But I have to move on. And I'm sorry, there's no real transition, but thank y'all for being here this morning and deepest condolences. Moving on, discuss and consider action on the following items. Agenda item number 2. And if y'all need to go, y'all can go. Thank y'all very much. Yes. Agenda item number 2, approve the county order prohibiting outdoor burning.
So moved.
Got a motion? Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? It's kind of funny. We ought to put a burn ban on the agenda every 2 weeks so that we can guarantee some rain.
We were talking about that, we did that several weeks ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, as everybody from this area knows, this isn't enough to change the state of how the ground is out there.
And I just wanted to, I alluded to a conversation I had down at the tax office, and they were wondering, standing there, we were rain on us, but why are you doing it now? Well, you understand that we have to, as a court, put it on, but then it allows the judge at any time to remove it whenever it's necessary. But right now, with what has happened in the last day or so, we need to give our firefighters some help. And this is the best way we can do it currently. And so, anyway, that's where I explained it today. But I agree, it's, as soon as you remove it, we'll wait a week, and we'll put it back on again, and
Get
we
some
can
more
get more
rain,
rain, so.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I'm sure that everybody knows we've had fires around Skidmore, Pop Loading. We had a building fire downtown Beeville yesterday. The mattress factory across from IBC, 18.
Yes, sir. There's no further discussion. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Agenda item number 3, approve resolution acknowledging terms and conditions of the reimbursement for auditable voting machines. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Just for everybody's edification, this is something that the Commissioners Court did several months ago, a resolution with particular required language was since promulgated by the state, and so this is really just a housekeeping matter for us to approve, again, what we've already approved, but in a format that is acceptable to the state of Texas. So, if there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Ms. Warren, for getting that in front of us. Agenda item number 4, approval to set public hearing date pursuant to Texas Transportation Code, Chapter 251.152, entitled Public Hearing Required, in Chapter 251.154, entitled Maximum Reasonable and Prudent Speeds on County Roads, to consider setting a speed limit of 30 miles per hour on hidden acres starting at Highway 59 in Beeville, Texas. And before we take a motion on this and a second on this agenda item, I'd like to open the floor to Commissioner Farias, who'd like to address this agenda.
Yes, I've had several calls about speeding down the road, and we don't know, they wanted speed bumps, and we got off of that part. But we could set a speed limit out there that might help, and then it'll be enforceable. after the public hearing. So my question to you, Commissioners, does it have to be 30 days after we set it today, or is it?
I think that's what the law says.
Okay. I had the 28th, and that's on that day, so then we gotta move to the following,
I think it's within the 30-day limit,
Yeah,
within 30 days?
within the 30 days. if I
Okay, so
remember
it can be
correctly.
February 28th.
no, I'm reading Mrs. Strada had sent me a text message earlier regarding scheduling. And she said, set the public hearing 30 days out to have enough time for the newspaper ad to run. So the February 28th meeting would be good, but
Okay. No, I had either February 28th or.
Well,
that's not 30 days.
It's not 30 days.
It's not 30 days, that's why I was going back and counting, it's not 30 days.
We can hold, Judge, we can hold special meetings,
Yeah,
if we need
You know how
to.
I feel about special meetings.
Well, I do too.
No, but we can
we could
push
just run
it.
it to the next.
Yeah, we can go to March
I-
14th.
I would recommend it.
That's our first
I
one.
would.
Okay. Then with the court's permission, I'd like to set the public hearing date for the, under the Texas Transportation Code 251.152 entitled Public Hearing Required, and, Chapter 251.154 entitled Maximum Reasonable and Prudent Speeds on County Roads to consider setting the speed limit of 30 miles per hour on hidden acres in Beeville, Texas.
Second.
And for clarification for a clerk and also for the record, this is an amendment from the specific language contained in the agenda item, and that agenda item number 4 included after hidden acres, starting at Highway 59. And we're removing that, so the motion is removing starting at Highway 59 because hidden acres,
It doesn't start at 59.
Thank you. Okay, perfect. So as long as we're all on the same page there, just from a administrative standpoint, is there any further discussion we need to have on this matter? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. We have no, executive session items on the agenda. I will entertain at this time, move on to agenda item number 5, adjournment. Have a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much for your time this morning, your presence, for everything that you do for us.
If you have monkey flash yet?
Monkey flash?
Monkey